So, why do you want to cut negative people out of your life? Negative people are a lot like the truck that just drove by. They are distracting, they're disruptive, they annoy you, but in the scheme of what you're actually trying to do in your life, they mean nothing. And the hardest thing for me to realize was that they actually did. Not that they necessarily mean nothing, but their opinions mean nothing. And I always valued other people's opinions. I always wanted to make sure that I was giving everybody I ever meet the benefit of the doubt. I always want to make sure I'm hearing people through. But you can only do that for so much until you realize that the more you associate with somebody, the more you start thinking like them. And if you really want to sit back and reverse engineer this and think about what's actually going on, you kind of turn into the person that you don't like, right? I do this all the time. I'm always that guy I don't want to be. And if I look back to the traits, the tendencies that I'm exhibiting, the way I'm acting, I'm always acting like somebody else. I'm always acting like somebody who's not me, right? And it makes me feel like it's my fault, right? And it makes me feel like I'm to blame. But eventually you realize that it's all a part of that game. That person, sorry, my dog's here. That person was trying to get you to feel that way. They wanted you to think that you were the problem. They feel bad about themselves, and so they need you to feel the same way about yourself so that their life will make sense. And this is what people call toxicity. Like this is why it's so toxic to be around negative people. And so the question is, how do you identify these people? How do you look to the people in your life and figure out who is doing this? Well, it's very easy. If you find yourself around people who make you feel low, if you find yourself around people who make you feel not so confident about yourself, if you find yourself around people that keep telling you you can't do things or keep questioning why you're doing something, then you're around a negative person. Okay? If you're telling somebody, or if somebody that is around you keeps telling you to get real, if they keep telling you you're crazy, if they keep telling you you're never gonna make it, if they keep telling you you gotta get a job, they're the negative person. And a lot of times in life we think it's us who's the negative person. And we think, how come I can't just do what they're telling me? How come I can't be more like that? And I'm here to tell you it's because you're not a negative person. That's why, right? And so the question is if I'm not a negative person, and now I understand that I'm not, how do I keep myself from becoming a negative person? Right? How do I look at this person and not become them? Right? How do I still love them, respect them as a person, but not be who they are? How do I be who I am? Well, this is when you gotta start distancing yourself emotionally from people. Okay? And some of us know how to do this, some of us don't, right? This is why the gurus will teach meditation and yoga and stuff like that, because when you become closer to yourself, when you start loving yourself more, you actually become a little bit more emotionally distant to other people. But it's not necessarily emotionally distant. I would just say it's emotionally less reactive, right? Because you're filling your well up from somewhere else. Let's put it that way, right? So you don't need to go out to somebody else and ask them to fill your cup, because you're filling yours up. And once you start filling your cup up, you'll realize, oh shit, my cup is full, and there's actually still a lot more coming out. So maybe I can get somebody to have some more, right? And this is when you start making content, okay? So you start making content to show the negative people in your life that maybe you don't still associate with, but you still care about. You make this content to show them, hey, I still care about you. I still love you. I'm still here for you, okay? I just can't hang out with you personally until you understand me, what I'm trying to say, and stop trying to tell me who I am. And eventually, some people will come around. And they'll be saying very different things, you know? They'll be respecting you. They'll be loving you. They'll be thanking you. And some people won't, okay? And those people will live their own lives, right? It has nothing to do with you. So you got to understand that you're not going to be able to save everybody, but you have to save yourself. And the only way you can save yourself is by removing those negative people from your personal life and finding your sense of self-worth within yourself. So that's all I got today. Stay tuned for more. Subscribe to my podcast. It's now on Spotify. It's called the Riley Seaburg Podcast. It's going to be going out to more places too. And yeah, that's about all I got. Also YouTube, Twitter, Riley Seaburg. And yeah, I'll talk to you later.